Oh my God, is this messing up? Oh shit, I got all this stuff right. Hey everyone, I'm back with another video. I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I really do appreciate you. And one day we're gonna have a giveaway. I don't know when, but as the channel grows, I really appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I don't understand why people don't hit the like button. Any room I go into, boom, I hit the like button. But this video is on Little Baby, some recaps. And if y'all don't remember, a long time ago when his best friend was unalive, Marlow, and they said that he sacrificed Marlow, his best friend. That's what I should have been. And this is just, and then Young Thug said he had to make a sacrifice. This is something. Yeah, so these some real old. We doing the recap. Then I'm gonna get in Rico because they are gonna charge him with Rico, but he'll have a good lawyer because Fannie Will is just awful. Honey, how she did that Young Thug case, so he ain't gonna do the Rico, and he dissolved his organization in due time, probably because he got whiff. That's what they was trying to do. Oh, my hair look awful. So let's get into these quick videos. This one is with Vlad. This is friend Marlow. This is George Sheeta.
Well, another case that's happening in Atlanta right now is a rapper named Baby Drill. Yeah. AKA, real name Del Caristo Wilson. Del Caristo. Right. Man, that's weird. That guy's strange. Before we get into that, I just want to say that I have been unable to get all the documents I want on this case because the Fulton County court system has a website that is physically show up and stand in a tiny little room in the back of the courthouse pulling documents. Like, amazingly frustrating. It's frustrating anyway. People don't fully understand what's going on with Baby Drill. Well, according to reports, 2 people were killed on April 8th. Quantavious Harris and Grady Scott. Baby Drill is accused of killing Grady Scott. Correct. Denied bond in that particular case. Since then, there was an unreleased music video that posted 10 weeks after the Harris murder, which basically a whole lot of stuff in there that does Baby Drill look all that. Some of the lyrics are N-words thought this shit was sweet, shot his ass, asked Daffy. Right. It's crazy. So there's another rapper, small time rapper, Hard Body Daffy, who is not Scott, he's the other guy. Baby Drill is not accused of killing Hard Body Daffy. But it's interesting that there appears to be a connection
Here we go with the bullshit with StreamYard. Damn.
Yesterday, there is a stay away order in his incarceration documents that requires him to be separated from two other people who are accused of murder and gang charges. And I believe one of them is accused of murdering hard-bodied Daffy. There's a bunch of stuff that's mixed up here. He's not accused of killing hard-bodied Daffy, but I think there may actually be a connection there. And I'll know more once I get the full case file after I sue someone at this point.
Well, yeah. I mean, in Baby Drill's music, he said, "Caught my first body when I was 18." On a song called "Done Sane."
Right. That was with Young Nudie, I believe. And Young Nudie had a different line where he was saying, "I almost caught my first body when I was 17," or something like that. The people wanted to link Baby Drill to a different murder, and that's the Lil Marlow murder.
Right, and Lil Marlow was a very close friend of Lil Baby.
Yeah. And I don't actually think that any of this has anything to do with that. If it does, I'd be surprised. It would be a hell of a coincidence, if nothing else. There was a lot going on with the Lil Marlow thing. Lil Marlow's brother was accused of a murder in Brookhaven. And that murder case went bad. And by went bad, I mean prosecutors had drug case mid-trial, which never, ever happens. The judge said, "You're done. Case dismissed. You're free to go." To two guys that they believed they had enough evidence to convict. The problem is, there are two witnesses.
Well, I actually believe that if it was Adrian Love and Simone Hilton trying the case, and you see how terrible they was doing the YSL trial, I believe it. Under Fonnie Willis, yeah, I believe it. I believe it was dismissed. Absolutely facts, because they terrible.
And they're gone. And I think the prosecutors believe they went off to California. They didn't want anything to do with this. So Marlow's brother gets off, and it makes you start to ask whether or not Marlow's murder was retaliation for this other guy not going to jail or being punished for a murder. And this Metro and prosecutors talk to them. Their interest is in stopping a chain of retaliations from expanding. Because every death and I've said this before, I said this last time, every creates a hole in a community that doesn't get filled. There's no coming back from it, and there's no redemption arc for whoever gets killed. 2 or 5 or 10 years, they're not leading relief missions in Central Africa or quashing other gang beef or otherwise doing great and good things. Everybody deserves justice. Everybody deserves justice. The people who you're trying to keep from being killed deserve justice. The people who are in your jails deserve justice. And I think that's the thing that we should be screaming for at this. Not free my guy. I hate it when I see that. I know how common it is. I know everyone says, free my, friend Marlow, for example. I just want justice. If justice means that person should be free, that person should be free. If justice means that person should be in jail, that person should be in jail. But that's the thing. Look for justice.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Lil Marlow. Lil Baby had a documentary that aired on Amazon recently.
Yeah.
And he talked about that whole situation. Him and Marlow were really close. And they kind of joined quality control right around the same time and started rapping right around the same time.
Come on, straight.
Yeah, I think like P from Quality Control was saying how, since Marlow's career wasn't taking off, he was still in the streets. He was still doing street shit.
Okay, so we're gonna do that, but let's check this one out. Oh, here we go.
Yo, it's Black Bone back with another video. Look, I'm doing this video real quick on Lil Baby.
This is more Black
Marlow,
Balloon.
a rapper that was just killed out of Atlanta, where I'm from, where I'm at actually right now. So look, a lot of people um, will say it was some street shit, that sacrifice that Lil Baby didn't sacrifice one of his closest homies, right?
Yes, he did.
Most people will believe
allegedly
with some street shit here in Atlanta, and that is exactly what they want y'all to think. They want you to think. They do it in ways. I've explained this multiple times. They do it in ways that basically portrayed what the rapper's life was about in his music. So, meaning they will sacrifice you on how you portrayed yourself. So it's very believable to the public. So, with that being said, that is how they like to set it up. So it's believable. So it's not like some weird shit, like if you think about every sacrifice that's usually done in the industry, they always die the way that they portrayed themselves to be. In the world, all he did was talk about popping pills. How did he die? He died supposedly popping pills, overdosing on pills. Miller talked about a lot of drugs. People knew that he probably did an excessive amount of drugs. How did he die? Overdose. You want to go all the way back to Amy Winehouse. How did she die?
facts.
Overdose is just very, very fitting for certain people to lose their life in the same exact way that they were living. Now, yes, a lot of people live a certain way and they die because of living that way. Yeah, can't dismiss that. But we have to think about it being from people toward famous people.
Facts.
Most of the time,
I'm gonna let this play. I need my
has someone next to them or close to them that dies, often in a way that portrayed how they lived. Even we can go look. I'm hitting it right now. We can go all the way back to the dude that was in the movie from a long time ago, Freedom Riders. It was the black dude that was in the movie. He ended up dying, getting shot, like almost the same way that he did in the movie. Before the movie even came out, he died. He never got to see how big Freedom Riders would have been because he died almost exactly how he died in that movie, Freedom Riders.
Facts.
So, just giving you examples of how the industry likes to sacrifice people. Even Future, when Double D was killed, he was killed on the highway and they saying to make it very believable so most people wouldn't question it. And that's what most of y'all doing. Lil Baby had it coming. You see what I'm saying? He had it coming. It was his time to basically make a sacrifice. You got two choices when you get that much money. You done signed an artist. You and that artist got a #1 song. You got hella shit going on. You famous as hell. It's time. Now it's time to give up something.
Yep.
You could go give up your manhood, rituals, shit.
Yep.
Sacrifice somebody.
Fact.
It's two choices, and you got that. You can't be on top. Damn, like church.
Gospel singer.
Completely dark. Once you accept,
she was a gospel singer.
Accept what they want you to do. You accept.
And Katy parents are pastors. And look what she became.
They plan their agenda, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I only mentioned Katy Perry because of the flip. like how you go from being, innocent girl, blah blah blah, to fame and all this dark shit, videos and shit. I'm just giving you examples of getting all the fame and shit. You have to agree to one of the two doors. You got this door
Facts.
where it's gonna be like some they're gonna play with you. Play with that. They're gonna play with your ass basically. You're gonna do some freaky, weird ritual shit, or you're gonna sacrifice somebody you love. You're gonna sacrifice something close to you that's gonna hurt you to basically show allegiance. And he just had another song, so million here in the States, the weekday on 42 Dub. So you're getting all this shit that's going on. He already knew this was gonna happen. He already knew this was a price that you had to pay when he signed the contract and when things started to go his way in the industry. It is
A
what
blood
it is.
contract.
No matter what y'all think, this is what goes at the top of the industry. And Little Baby has entered that elite status of stardom and fame when it comes to the rap game, when it comes to the industry. And this is just what it is. This is what it is. A lot of people saying he was 27, and then a lot of people saying he was 30. So I can't sit here and say he was 27 club member because on the internet it says he was 30. And a lot of people are also saying he was 27. But whichever way that it goes, it doesn't really matter. Um, we you already know what's going on. So for me, the biggest sign is the way that he died. And it's circulating that it must be some gang shit, or some kind of beef, where he from, blah blah blah. That's exactly what I want y'all to think.
Facts.
That's how everybody ends up being sacrificed. Just like Wiz sacrificed Jimmy Wow. And how did he get shot? I mean, how did he die? He got shot. Got shot in a car. He got shot in a car. And took it up as being, even though he was involved in some street shit, he was involved in that kind of shit. But as soon as he signed the Wiz, he ended up getting his ex, which he also got killed sitting in a car.
Car.
I
Yep.
mentioned that before, but all of this stuff is far from coincidence. It's far from it. It adds up too much. Mathematically, it adds up. It's there. Everything is in a row, and it just continues to repeat itself with minor differences as far as how they sacrifice. But anyway, I just thought I should do that because I've been seeing some videos and people still don't get it.
Yeah, I'm about to subscribe to him. This is more Black Balloon. I'm about to subscribe to him. Let me find one more.
What it do, world? Hey,
This is Top
hey, little baby.
Troop 101.
Gunna basically said you was scared of 21 Savage now. And so,
StreamYard. All right, StreamYard. Stop it.
hey, little baby. Gunna basically said you was scared of 21 Savage now.
Oh my God.
Fans get killed, and you still hang around these niggas. Oh, man, that's crazy though. And now that I kind of see that because you was like that come with the streets. Like you was speaking on him like these niggas just knocked this nigga off and just said fuck it. You ain't send no shots at him. With me, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel.
True. Yeah.
Damn, I like him.
Marlow's murder was retaliation for this other guy not going to jail.
It's believed that their fallout is just able. Del Cresto Wilson, aka Baby Drill. Somebody should that shit. Yeah, hit the outside birthday type of
Oh,
down. I fell in love with it.
I know they was gonna play music.
Bring these lyricists from Atlanta 1 through 5. Got Future, Baby, JID, Young Thug. That's you. 1 through 5. 1 through 5. I'm number one. Man. Based off of lyrics. Yeah. I'm number one. Man. Lyrics. Yeah, number 2. Just off of lyrics. Yeah. Bring these lyricists from Atlanta 1.
Listen, this music 101.
It wasn't too many people. I tell you, I didn't even see Lil Baby say R.I.P. Marlow. If he did, I missed it. He say the reason why people weren't saying R.I.P. Marlow and wasn't showing sympathy because they felt like if the people R.I.P. Marlow picked the side and said they was on Marlow's side, basically. And people didn't want people to think that they was on Marlow's side. Another credible YouTuber from Atlanta in the middle of it spoke on it and went into detail. I'm going to speak on it, but I'm not going to go into detail. All right? Marlow was beefing with 21 Savage. He allegedly put a bag on 21 Savage head.
Wow.
The person who killed Marlow
This shit don't make no sense. Every time the next one will be on my phone.
anything to do with it. No. But the person who allegedly killed 21 Savage is in prison right now fighting the murder case. But so I'm not say his name because he hasn't been charged for Marlow murder. It's just word of mouth what's going on in the street. Now, when Marlow died, his sister came out. I think that was his sister said, how did she say his homeboy's pussy? That back up the statement what people said. People didn't want to show love to Marlow when he died because they felt like if they show love, then the people he was beefing with will feel like they pick sides. When Lil Baby was asked about, we in the streets. Look at his documentary. You haven't seen it. He showed Allegedly, Marlow put a bag on 21 Savage head. He put a bag on somebody that was in Future Camp head. They from Pakistan, which is Marlow squad head. And he put a bag on a dude he was beefing with that was messing with his baby mama. But he was beefing with dude though. And dude started messing with his baby mama, chose to start hanging with dude. They say Marlow got the bag. If you putting the bag on somebody from the east side, somebody from the west side, somebody from the north side, somebody from the south side head. And you leave your homies in a position where they cool with all these people.
Oh, I'm live.
So it's like, damn, you really running reckless.
Okay. All right. Bye.
So if they not your real homie, they not gonna choose your side. They not gonna choose your side. And Lil Baby also said in the interview, he say, I don't pick sides when they asked him about the beef shit. He say, I don't pick sides unless somebody died. Marlow died. Marlow was beefing with 21 Savage. Marlow and Lil Baby is best friends. When Marlow died, it's a picture on the internet, him taking a picture with 21 Savage, and he still follow 21 Savage to this day. Lil Baby do. So it's alleged that somebody from 21 Savage camp took out your best friend and you rock with the head of the camp who allegedly took out your best friend. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Man, listen. Yeah, he sacrificed him.
So he was getting into it with everybody. So people ain't want to pick sides, been into it with everybody. They ain't want to pick Marlow's side in public. I'm pretty sure they was rocking with him heavy. But then y'all ain't see what DJ Academic did, and the night that they killed Marlow.
Wow. Wow.
And Lil Baby commented, laughing emoji, and then he commented and said some stuff was supposed to be reposted. Hey, this shit, I'm gonna say it again. When he died, I think that was his sister. His sister say all his homeboys is pussy. Look, when he died, my brother called me and say, man, what's going on? Nobody showing Marlow no love. Like, nobody ain't saying rest in peace. Guess what I told him? That's why I call myself and my channel Music 101. Hey, cause this one, hey man, listen, I'm the GOAT in this shit. I told him, I said, anytime somebody die and the homies ain't on the neck, pointing out their heart and saying they gonna slide and saying R.I.P. and saying we gonna miss you and all this is because someone they know did it. Someone that they close to also. Because I experienced it. I experienced it.
Then you see that goat in that video? Yeah, he sold his soul. Yeah, he sacrificed. I mean, yep, I do subscribe to music. I like him. But now, oh shoot, I think it's this page. It's this one. So, and it's mighty funny. So that's his best friend Marlow that was allegedly sacrificed. Now we're gonna get into his business partner. Because it's three doors. Noriega talked about those three doors. You don't know when he went up, had the number one hit in the 90s. And he said the first door, he don't know if that's the homosexual door or not, or the sacrifice door. But they presented him three doors, called him in the meeting. They said, or you can choose the door to go straight on your own. So he chose that. He said, well, okay, young man. Well, we'll see if you ever get another hit. He never had another hit after that. He took the road going straight. But this is little baby on why he don't scream free Durk. Now, free Durk supposed to be his good friend. You know, they did that album together, which did real good. He said, I had to step away from Durk for a little bit. He brought so much negative energy around that it threw my music making ability off. And we know Durk's still locked up. I rap about getting money and the struggle. Every time he come around, he got a demonic force with him, and all he want to talk about is sliding for Vine. But he ain't slide for Marlow. Mm. I'm like, bro, we rich. We ain't got to do that. He told me to shut up and go slide for Rudy. That's when I knew I could never be cool with him again. I ain't happy he locked up, but I ain't gonna say I ain't see it coming. And I mean, he got certain points there, but if you out there in the streets, you know what it's about. Now, then he say he had no relationship with Gunna because he snitched. Gunna took a Alfred plea. Gunna, they ain't bring up no interrogation tapes with Gunna. A Alfred plea. Gunna did not snitch. I'm sorry, he did not. But he said he took that plea. I know he still signed the Young Thug. He said he ain't messing with him, but I really don't think he snitched. But anyway, fans anticipated new music from Little Baby and Gunna will only have their past work to fill the void now. Speaking with Charlemagne the God on Out of Context series in a clip in December, Little Baby explained that he and Gunna are no longer on good terms. We don't got no relationship, he said. He continued to explain to the Breakfast Club host that he does not need Gunna for hits, despite online commentary adding the internet will say something. Do you know how many hits I got? So that don't even make sense. Well, your last album was trash, Little Baby. You had one good song. Okay, it was trash. The band for band rapper continued to clarify he is not willing to work with Gunna even at Young Thug's request, declaring, I don't see that happening. Little Baby and Gunna have many collaborations, including the 2018 Drip Harder mixtape and several songs, notably the Diamond Certified Drip Too Hard. Little Baby also spoke with Little Yachty on his A Safe Place podcast. Although he did not mention Gunna by name, he alluded to being more selective in collaborations and working with alleged snitches. I always rapped about that type of stuff. I'm gonna rap about it. In my first song, I'm talking about snitching. It's a permanent thing. Now it's just got outrageous with it. Those kind of morals and shit are never going to leave. It boils down to what we rapping about. We can't rap about that if you did that. If I was making Christmas music, then I don't give a damn what you did. He continued, I don't even speak on niggas. Even if it was in the streets, you wouldn't go put up posters saying he's a snitch. That ain't how I go. And that's the downfall for it all. Whether people know it or not, rapping in these songs, talking about murders and who you killed, that shit fucking up the whole program. It's not only fucking up the hip hop music, it's fucking up the way of living for rappers. Rumors that Gunna is a snitch began December 2022 when he took that Alfred plea, following the YSL RICO case. After entering Alfred plea, the performer was initially sentenced to 5 years in prison with 1 year served. The presiding judge commuted the rapper's sentence to time served and suspended the remaining 4 years on conditions that included Gunner completing 500 years of community service, and Gunner had to say that YSL was a gang. I have chosen to end my own RICO case with Alfred plea and end my personal ordeal by publicly acknowledging my association with YSL, he wrote in a written statement. An Alfred plea in my case is the enter of a guilty plea to one charge against me, which is in my best interest, while at the same time maintaining my innocence towards the same charge. So basically, they really just wanted him to say that YSL was a gang because they was going after the RICO charge with Young Thug, with Fonnie Willis and her team, and those Adrian Love and Simone Hinton, the worst prosecutors I have ever seen in life. Embarrassing. That's why they lost the RICO case. That RICO was dismissed. The jury came back not guilty on RICO because they couldn't prove it. And it's mighty funny to me that they even took that case. The feds didn't even want it. And they wasn't gonna try it, but now they gonna try little baby on Rico. Let's see how that work out for you, cause y'all are terrible. Y'all are terrible when you go up against top notch lawyers that they hired. They massacred y'all in that courtroom. In his first record deal after the ordeal released June 2023, fans speculated that 31-year-old responded to Little Durk and Little Baby after many in the hip hop community distanced themselves from Gunna, and they have. In Bread and Butter, he writes, peeping shit I'm seeing, niggas fall back. You bitch niggas got me as a topic of the chat. You switched on me when you know you in business with a rat. And that boy that's like your brother, nobody speak on that. No, let me get rid of this. No, I want to keep that, but I don't want this. Because if I don't delete it now, it's going to stay and I need to make room. Because I got so much information. So then little baby lost $8 million gambling. So who do he go to? Mike Rubin, where he was smashed in the middle with Mike Rubin and the other man, like in a sandwich. And then they released that video of apparently, now it kind of looked like him allegedly. I don't know if that was him giving fellatio to another man, but he did have some dreads at a Mark Cuban party. I'm just saying, it, it looked like it could have been him allegedly. But anyway, Little Baby said he had to ask his friend, Fanatic CEO Mike Rubin, to help by banning him from all casinos after he lost that $8 million to help him stop. Rubin assisted him in sending all casinos asking them to ban Little Baby from all casinos. Little Baby said, I don't gamble no more after he lost that $8 million. I guess I wouldn't either. Rapper Little Baby shared that he lost about 8 million in one day while gambling at a casino. He spent nearly 40 hours straight there. That's a week, ain't it? 5 days at the casino. Shocked by how much money he lost, Little Baby decided to quit gambling. This all came out at Little Yachty's A Safe Place podcast. I didn't even know Yachty had a podcast, and he never was my type of rapper anyway. Their 30-year-old baby stated how damaging his gambling habits were. I made myself stop gambling, he said, after realizing how much he had lost. He took a strong action to quit gambling. This bold decision shows he fully recognized the impact of his actions and wanted to take responsibility for breaking the habit. Little Baby, whose real name is Dominique Armani Jones, is a rapper from Atlanta. His Too Hard mixtape came out in 2017. That was the bomb. His first studio album, Harder Than Ever, climbed to number 3 in 2018 with the lead single Southside. Well, now your new album is trash. His subsequent albums, My Turn in 2020 is Only Me, topped the Billboard Top 20. Little Baby has received multiple top 10 hits on Hot 100 through his songs and collaborations with Drake, Gunna, The Baby, Pop Smoke, Nicki Minaj, J. Cole. In 2022, he won his first Grammy with Kanye West for Hurricane. Then 50 Cent came in and had something to say. In a post, 50 Cent mocked Little Baby for his financial troubles. 50 Cent, he dubbed Little Baby's actions crazy and wrote, I'm just glad he didn't kill nobody. 50 Cent also compared Little Baby's gambling to boxer Floyd Mayweather, saying, I thought only Floyd Mayweather did stuff like that, the post said. And it was taken down. For Little Baby, his recent steps to quit gambling show he's serious about turning his life around. Little Baby's story also serves as a warning about the risk of not practicing responsible gambling. 40 hours at the casino? Wow. Little Baby found out just how fast gambling can become a problem and how serious the consequences can be. So then they give responsible gambling tips and an 800 number. I don't know, I'm going to give these tips. Set deposit limits daily, weekly, or monthly. Take breaks from gambling ranging from 24 hours to 6 weeks. Set reality checks. Self exclude for 6 months to 5 years to stop gambling completely. Track your gambling history by reviewing your transactions. So that's some gambling tips. They got an 800 number on here too. Now, this is before they announced that they was coming with him for a Rico. He said this in December. Little Baby says he got feds on him and they want to do him like they did to Durk and Young Thug. I got feds on my tails. They be trying to connect me to dumb shit. I got lawyers behind me. I'm ready to tell them, come on. Now that's in the post in December, so he knew that they coming. But they there. Okay, now what was that? I Can't even see my stuff. Let me go here. Where's my other phone? Here it goes. Let me do this. This is how I'm gonna do this. Damn, I said this is gonna be a short interview. Now we getting back to the sacrifice of his business partner.
Lil Baby wanted to make money outside the rap game and opened up a seafood spot with his homie Chad Dillon. Chad Dillon wasn't a street dude, and that's why nobody knows why he ended up getting brutally killed in broad daylight. It's a crazy story from the jump, and today we're breaking the whole thing down. On July 23rd, the police responded to a report of shots fired around the intersection of John Wesley Dubs Avenue and Boulevard in the Old Fourth Ward neighborhood of Atlanta. When cops rode up to the scene, they found Lil Baby's homie Chad Dillon sitting in his Rolls Royce. The shooter caught Chad several times, and he was already bleeding out by the time cops got to him. The police tried to save his life, but it was too late, and Chad tragically ended up dying from the gunshots. Nobody knows who pulled the trigger on Chad or why they wanted to take him out, but the cops think it was a targeted hit and not just a random shooting. Plus, it went down in the middle of the day in a busy area, so it seems like the shooter must have had a reason to crash out like that. What makes the situation really weird is that Chad wasn't in the neighborhood he usually hung out in. He was only in the area to check out a property where he wanted to put a new restaurant, so it's not like people were used to seeing him around there. That's why rumors are flying that somebody close to Chad set him up, but there's no evidence to back the story up right now. After the news broke about Chad dying, Lil Baby posted a photo of himself with Chad and said, "Damn, big buddy, get your rest." Back in 2023, Lil Baby and Chad linked up and started a restaurant together called The Seafood. Chad already had one of the hottest seafood restaurants in Atlanta called The Marlow. So Lil Baby started talking to him about opening up a new spot. Lil Baby had the idea for a restaurant called The Menu. He wanted to get up in the neighborhood and get back to the community and let locals work there too. Back then, Chad realized the neighborhood only had places for chicken. He convinced Lil Baby to open a seafood spot and called it The Seafood Menu instead. Chad's other seafood spot was more expensive, but Lil Baby and Chad wanted to open a place where anybody could eat. So instead of $35 for a crab leg, they knocked the price down to $12. Locals could eat there too. The Seafood Menu had a massive grand opening in 2023, and at first it looked like Lil Baby was going to take over the restaurant game too. Rumors are going around that Lil Baby and Chad were going to turn the whole thing off. Right after they opened the restaurant, Lil Baby and Chad went viral in the worst way possible. A woman ordered some takeout from the Seafood Menu and trashed it like crazy on social media. The Seafood Menu ended up shutting down a few months later. The website is still loved, but if you try to book a table, it says that the place is permanently closed. It's not clear how it went wrong so fast, but some people think Chad's business relationship with Lil Baby is what got him killed. Chad grew up in Brooklyn and went to Howard University for a degree in business marketing. But before he even got the degree, Chad already knew how to hustle and make money. Back in the day, he was selling lemonade and candy to put some money in his pocket. And by the time he got to college, he was making bigger plans. During his second year at Howard, Chad bought an exotic car and started renting it out for video shoots. The business started after Chad knew someone who wanted to get rid of their Bentley. He offered to lease it from them and got a really good deal. The car got so much attention, people were offering to rent it from Chad. 6 months, the Bentley started paying for itself. He was all money off that. So he made the business even bigger and ended up owning 7 cars that he rented out. But Chad realized that he could only take the business so far in NYC because not that many people own a car. So he made a plan to expand to Atlanta instead. After he graduated, Chad moved down to Atlanta and wanted to get into the restaurant game too. There was a seafood chain called Juicy Crab that he wanted to get involved with, but the owners wouldn't let him get a license to open up because he didn't have any experience with restaurants. Chad wanted to open up a seafood spot in Buckhead, Atlanta, because there wasn't anything like that in the area. So when Juicy Crab turned Chad down, he invested everything he had into opening his own place called the Crab Boiler. Opening a restaurant could be risky, and it was even worse because Chad was trying to open the Crab Boiler during the COVID pandemic. He didn't let any of that stop him though. And in the first year the restaurant was open, Chad did over $8 million in sales. The Crab Boiler became one of the hottest spots in Atlanta, and the place place even had major rappers pulling up to eat. Big celebrities like Allen Iverson, Offset, and Ja Rule were eating there, which brought a ton of hype and made everyone want to eat there. Chad also had big plans to open up more restaurants, including an Italian restaurant, an Asian fusion spot, and a fish and chicken shop. Chad Dillon had a ton of convicted
Okay, you was doing all right. Damn.
who were about to be released from prison and taught them business skills to help them out when they came home. Chad taught a 13-week business course inside the prison and let the inmates pitch their business ideas to him. And at the end of
Wow.
the program, Chad gave a bunch of them money to start up their own businesses. Everyone loved Chad
Wow.
said he was a great dude who just wanted to help people out. He handed out free turkeys at Thanksgiving, and one of Chad's employees told reporters he was great with the youth. He was an amazing man. That's why everyone was shocked when the news broke that Chad had shot guilty. Chad working on opening up a new Jamaican restaurant area where he had according to reports. He was looking back to his car when the shots were going off. Chad was driving a Rolls Royce and obviously had some money, but the cops don't think it was just a random robbery. Rumors are flying that Chad leading up a little baby is what got him killed.
Yep.
Little baby has real ties to the streets, came up moving weight in Atlanta. He was in the streets at a young age after his dad left the family when he was only 2, and that's when Baby dropped out of high school in the 9th grade to sell drugs. He was arrested multiple times for possession with intent to sell. He was in prison in 2014. After Lil Baby got out, some of the dudes he grew up with, like Young Thug and Gunna, were blowing up in the music industry. Lil Baby was already known in the city for selling weed and gambling, so he decided to start making music as a way to make it out of the streets because he was already well known in the city, and it didn't take long for him to blow up. He made it out of the trenches, rap game, but some people think he's past the streets, got Chad rapping in the back street. I think Chad has a shitty business or somebody, and that's what they crowd out in the middle of the day. There's no evidence. Nobody knows what happened. To turn a new seafood spot into the hottest restaurant in the neighborhood and give back a ton of money to the community.
Of a sudden. If he ain't had nothing to do with it, yeah, he did. Let me see. Someone did that. Let me see. So that's 2 sacrifices. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I gotta get to this Rico because little baby, but I don't think they gonna prove the Rico on little baby. I really don't. Not with them prosecutors. Abate is about the only decent one that they have.
TikTok.
Wait a minute, I thought I had to.
Day to announce
Oh, that's Abercrombie.
the arrest.
I thought that said 10/20/27. Oh, that's don't we want that? Hold up, y'all. I'm gonna go down here. Let me just hit this December. Oh, I got to do Young Thug again since they tried to take his probation away. She clicked. The judge quickly slapped that down. Sure did. I was gonna break my heart. They done took that boy through so much. All right, I'm almost there. I'm almost there because I got shit dated. Okay, let me see. Oh my God, the video ain't even up no more. Oh, here we go.
Right. And of course, Four Fighters 4 had to come to an end. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When you say of course, I mean, why you say of course? Because all that be going on. And, and I had to start learning that, like, other people's actions, I could be held accountable for. Right. I ain't know all that at first. You know what I'm saying? I never would have went that route, but I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Now that I know, I'd be a fool to just keep the same thing going. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make something out of something that it ain't. Right. Like if I can kind of like, hey, we're gonna switch that whole thing up. It ain't even just about police. It's just period. You know what I'm saying? Like I never was supposed to make my label something that I talk about because who I am. And even like now, the young guys when I meet them and new artists who gonna start their own label, I'm telling them, hey, start your label with something that don't got nothing to do with nothing or nobody but your artist. You know what I'm saying? Right. Nobody ain't tell me that. I ain't know nothing about that. I ain't really understand it. So now I'm telling them like, hey, if you gonna start your label, don't call your label the same thing you call your crew or your homeboys who grew up together. Y'all don't do that. Because the way they trying to set it up as a system, they gonna try to use it as a game.
That.
You know what I'm saying? And it's really to like target. And there's some people who do act as gays. Mm-hmm. So I get it. But that ain't everybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And what's so ironic, I had pockets full from my roommate in jail. Right? Mm-hmm. I used to make him rap for me. And one time he was like 4 pockets full. And I'm like, what the hell that come? What the hell? He like, yeah, it's just I be saying like 4 pockets full. But like that's how I even became a rapper. Like I've been running around 4 pockets full for real. Yeah. Right. And of course 4 pockets full had to come to an end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's the name of his label. And that's why they charging him with that RICO. So he ain't lied about that. Damn. And then the whole damn thing went away. 4PF. And he ended it in December. He ended it. But it's too late because it's blood on 4PF. But he gonna get off. He got Big Meech lawyer and Little Durk lawyer. Dang, what's that man name? He done got Big Meech was one of the used him. Dang, what is that lawyer name? Anyway, he bad. He ain't going nowhere. They gonna lose that miserably, especially if they got Simone Hilton, Adrian Love, the worst black women prosecutors in the history of America. That trial was awful, that YSL trial. They was an embarrassment to me. How unprepared, I mean, the judge going off on them on how unprepared. Like she said, they was just throwing the case as it went. It was terrible. Yeah, they had them two doing it. And one got the nerve to teach law at Emory. She should have been embarrassed to go to class. How terrible she was, and the whole thing went away as usual. I thought this was gonna be so quick. Ain't nothing quick when I do it. Oh, here we go. Hmm. Hold up, y'all. Just give me a minute. Probably should just went to bed. Okay, let me get that. Okay, get rid of that. Oh, here we go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still learning everything. Like, I want to be like a master man. Like, I want to know every situation.
Two of his homies snitched on him, while two of his friends in the industry turned their backs on him.
So I'm letting this group come back. Next thing you know, it hit me. I heard Durk was his mama and his auntie.
But it's not just those close to Durk who have betrayed him, because the mayor who gave him the keys to the city, even though he's not guilty.
So we thank you and we honor you and we appreciate you being in the village of Broadview as your key.
And one of his ops is telling on him in interviews. The number of people turning on the OTF boss is growing, and you won't believe some of the people on this list. Lil Reese. Lil Reese is among the only surviving and successful.
Man, Little Reese locked up now.
When word got out that Durkio had been arrested, everyone thought that Lil Reese would post Durk like other Chicago rappers. He hasn't shown Durk support definitely. Instead, he posted a photo of himself in jail with Durk's song Love for the Streets. Word on the streets is that Lil Reese and Durk are not on good terms. According to Chicago rapper King Yella, Durk was
I can't stand King Yella.
You know, Reese mama bad, right? I heard Durk was his mama and his auntie. No.
But that's not the only reason the two fell out. It turned out Durk had once called Reese a rat for going on a podcast and revealing some street business. Reese had gone on Capone and revealed that he and Durk had robbed someone.
I was just shooting nice and won all my money. I came back on the block. I couldn't get all the other guys because I knew they wasn't gonna want to do it with me. So I told Durk, like, come with me, grab a gun. He asked, like, what we finna do? I ain't telling him what we was finna do. So we got to the barbershop. I made him rob this, and we took my money back that I had lost in the dice game.
According to the interviewer, Durk unfollowed Reese after the interview dropped.
When I interviewed Reese, he told a story about how Durk robbed some guys. Little Durk unfollowed Little Reese after this story came out.
With both Reese and bars, everyone would expect him to come out and clear support for Durkio, but it seems their beef might be getting in the way. And the Chicago rapper has had his fair share of legal. It began in September of this
I
year.
wanted to get to the part with Little Baby because I didn't want this.
While the American system of justice grants everyone the presumption of innocence until proven guilty in a court of law, in the village of Broadview, the court of public opinion of residents, it's all love from me. Praying for everyone, the post read. Fans figured that he was talking about Durk, and for him to say that he had forgiven him,
Shit like this, don't they? Falling out here, you know what's name,
Are you a snitch?
fact, not enough. He raps. He was Durkin trying to hid, now he in a blunt. We dropped a 100 shots, go dig your partner up. In another part, he raps. The last one we turned into a pack, we got 1 million plus. Now this is where things get interesting because it turns out when the feds heard Brick Baby saying that, they went after him.
March, the feds get on Brick.
Yeah, they own Brick. Brick locked up now.
An SUV and opened fire on another vehicle. The chaotic exchange of gunfire left 4 individuals injured.
I thought this was what, because Little Baby is right here, but I can't find the part because he was pissed at Durk because all Durk talked about was get back for Vaughn. Let me go back to this. February 15th. Mm-mm. I ain't trying to find that because I'm trying to end this because I want to do one more, but I probably ain't gonna be able to do one more. Oh Lord, this George Soros. That's Brandon Johnson. Mm-mm-mm. Well, that's show like I can't even read my own writing no more. I can't even read my own writing no more. Okay, I ain't gonna put it down. What is this? What is that? Shit, I can't see. Okay, let me just go March 31st because that's when I started getting everything on that date. And you can hurry up and move along. Oh, you see, Drake Universal settled that lawsuit with Drake for 250 million. Did y'all see that? Well, I don't know what the hell that happened to all my information. This is crazy. What's today's date? The 8th? So the 2nd would have been here. You know what? I'm gonna end it with these videos. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh no, I do. You know what I'm gonna this what I'm gonna do. Alright, that's what I'm gonna do. This how we gonna do this here. So little baby might be staring at his own Rico case. Little baby is all the rumors. Speculators say he faces potential RICO charges amidst deadly gang violence linking his former label 4PF and OMF. Little baby has a problem. As soon as Young Thug was off the hook, so to speak, I know something was going to happen next. And that next was potential arrest of Little Baby on RICO charges. How did we get here? Now, these RICO rumors are not new, at least in the streets, but they are certainly getting loud right now. Every TikTok goofball is making a video about this. It's almost like people want him to be arrested, but there's a lot of smoke right now around his situation. He dropped a new album, which is trash, to me, my opinion. A report in the Atlanta Objective that was published just a few days ago said Little Baby is almost guaranteed to be charged with RICO targeting two gangs there in Atlanta. There's also allegedly a video of Little Baby putting in his own work with a Draco, and I don't mean the rapper. According to a deep dive by veteran reporter George Shiddy, things are heating up and it might soon be raining indictments on Little Baby and his affiliates from OMF. Only My Family and the notorious Four Pockets Full. Sean Hoover, the top guy at Georgia Public Defender's gang focused legal squad, didn't mix words about the situation. Hoover openly acknowledged they're actively preparing for serious racketeering charges. Little Baby could be famous for all the wrong reasons. The gruesome murder of Keontae Davis brought all of this to a head. March 28th, Davis was neck deep in the legal drama surrounding the 2022 murder of Jaquavius Wilson, 26, another tragic death in a deadly feud between OMF and 4PF. This is deeper than rap. People said that Wilson was set to testify before pleading guilty to lesser charges, avoiding harsher penalties. But flipping has consequences. Authorities say Wilson had targets on his back from both street tribes. OMF wanted revenge and 4PF wanted to shut him up. Nathan 4PF Nate Benford recently landed a 20-year sentence after a guilty plea. Little Baby has done his darnest to distance himself from the mess. He even shut down 4PF as a label back in 2023, but calling it Glass Window Entertainment won't do it when the feds are involved. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation hasn't forgotten what they believe are real gang affiliations. They say there's a link between 4PF and the Crips. Little Baby hasn't said much, but he did say something. When pressed by a fan on Instagram about the potential RICO charges, he reportedly said, "Only God can judge me." Oddly, he had a song called Dumb, Dumb, and Dumber. You can't make this up. This is a developing story. This is MREC.
MREC Chief.
To have them arrested,
harmed, or killed.
and who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on people's heads.
Dominic Jones had wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
Little Baby and 4PF likely to be indicted on RICO charges, journalist George reports. In the Atlanta Objective article published on Monday, March 31st, 2025, George reported that Little Baby and other members of OMF, Only My Family, and 4PF, Four Pockets Full, are likely to be indicted over RICO charges. Per George, the manager at the Georgia Public Defender's Council Specialized Unit for Gang Cases, Sean Hoover, is actively preparing for a racketeering indictment on both street gangs and expects the never-needed rapper to be indicted others. According to the Atlanta-based reporter's article, the preparation comes in the wake of the death of David. Davis was defended in a murder trial stemming from 2022 shooting of Wilson, bled to death from bullet wounds on last Friday, March 28th. This is seemingly part of a long-running street gang war between members at 4PF and OMF. Nate Benford, 4PF, who was another defendant in the trial, pled guilty in the case and received a 20-year prison sentence and negotiated. Meanwhile, Wilson pled guilty to lesser charges and was serving a 15-year probation at this of his demise. George implicated that Wilson was prepared to testify at trial, which resulted in his plea bargain. The Atlanta Objective states that both OMF and 4PF had grounds to unalive Wilson.
Man, listen. If this ain't the biggest mess, let's go to March 31st because I know we got that and I'm about to end this. What date is this? Oh, shit. Give me a minute, y'all. Oh, shit, I'm still. I be having so much stuff. And I be trying to find, because I want to get it off my phone. I'm gonna get into YNW stuff too, cause there's so much going on with his. I think his lawyer got a crush on him. I really do. I really do. And we gonna get him Busta Rhymes. Have you ever seen Busta Rhymes with a girl? Mm-mm.
Me and one got.
My shirt. Damn. 2 weeks. Lord, I'm tired. Oh, we still got some stuff, big U stuff. Man, that's a mess. I mean, I got a lot of stuff on that. They just had a fight supposedly, and they was in the hole just for 2 hours. They just lying, making up stuff just to stay relevant. I mean, I just ain't never seen nothing about clout. You want clout and you locked up. That is the craziest mess to me. Where's my stuff? Shouldn't have all these videos. Oh, that say so Pete. Man, I was like, this look like little baby. Anyway, I'm done. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I'm sorry. Have a good night.